Whoa, it's the illusion. Trying to get the camera to not shake. Anyway, it's the illusion here. So, kind of we need to have a serious conversation, man. You know, people are talking about like the need to resist, and I understand it. I support it. I know going into this thing with the Trump president, that man, the environment's in big trouble when it comes to the extractivists, the people removing natural resources from the crust of the earth, right? So everyone's talking revolution and resistance and this and that, and yet all they do is talk about hating someone and the negative and blah, blah, blah. And I go, look, man, we all need to take responsibility for our participation in it, man. You want to resist, it starts with you. And I made a number of videos about this. I'm driving around in a fossil fuel powered vehicle, as are almost all of us, dude, right? It's 1890s technology, man. So if we want to talk about like stopping what's going on, dude, the first thing we got to do is demand that the technology be released. Have all the patents be released for the Tesla technology, man. Look, dude, batteries aren't an answer. Like, electric motors are, but batteries aren't. Batteries require just as much environmental degradation as fossil fuels when you get into what constitutes a battery, dude. What we all need is Tesla coils for everything, because there's enough energy going on between you and your screen to power the universe, man. And that's what Tesla was all about, the localized energy field, right? The ability to have a Tesla coil on your vehicle and have it rip down the street with no batteries, dude. That's what it's about, to power your house with no batteries, dude. So we get into this thing, and I don't think people have really thought any of this stuff out, man. I'm a full environmentalist, man. Let's be super clear about that. And I've thought about it. We are in a bad spot because nobody's really thought about that everything we do requires fossil fuel, right? Where do you think your food comes from, man? Unless you're growing your own food in your backyard. And I made videos about that. The revolution's going to begin when we begin to plant food at our houses, dude, in our windowsills, in our front yards. Remove the grass, plant the vegetables, man. That's the revolution. The revolution will begin when you take your, look, you want to know what to do? I'll lay it out. Super simple, dude. You go make sure you got enough food for about 2 weeks. Food and water. You take all that stuff, you go home, dude. Gotta have a bunch of candles too. You go home, you take your televisions, all your televisions and your electronic devices, and you load them up in your car, man. You leave your car in the driveway, you lock it, dude. And you hang out with your family, and you read, you play games, you go for hikes, you walk around, maybe you go meet your neighbors, maybe you have some barbecue. You do that for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, dude. You don't fire up the car, you don't flip on the electricity because you don't need it, because you're not watching television, and you got the candles, so you don't need the light bulbs. But you're hanging with your family, developing love for your family and your neighbors and your community, right? Go out, play baseball, throw the frisbee around. After 2 weeks, dude, once the giant corporations are on their knees begging you to come back, you go, no, we're not, because in the last 2 weeks I've been busy planting a garden in my backyard, dude. I ripped up all my grass. I planted seeds. No, release the technology. Release the technology. And they're gonna balk. They're gonna go, what? Then you take your car that you've had in your driveway with its full tank of gas, and you take your televisions and you take all your televisions and electronic devices, and you take them to your local seat of government, whether that's your city hall or the state house or the White House, and you stack all that electronic crap in front of that building, dude, with all your neighbors and all your other people, and you turn around and you leave. You don't say a word. You go home, you park your car, and you do what you just did for the last 2 weeks again. So maybe you need a month's worth of food off the bat. And everyone's, oh, I gotta work, I gotta do this. No, you don't. You just keep doing it. You work on your garden, man. That's what you work on. You work on your family, dude. And when the corporations realize you run the show, not them, then they will give us the technology, and we won't need the fossil fuel and the nuclear energy anymore, and the coal, and all that stuff. And we can begin to heal our environment, dude. It's that simple, dude. Are you willing to give up your car and your television for the revolution? Or is it just lip service? See, I've gone full circle about the thing. Phone call. What are you gonna do? Gotta take it. It was my boy, Surf Check. So look, man, I keep talking about it. Marching in the streets isn't gonna do anything, dude. I did all that stuff once upon a time. It's not gonna do anything, dude. Yelling about it's not gonna do anything. Posting garbage on Facebook's not gonna do anything. Calling someone's not gonna do anything. Being angry's not gonna do anything. What's gonna do something is deciding inside the center of your soul how it's gonna be, man. Are you love or are you hate, man? Are you solution or are you problem? And I've laid it out, man. There's a way to do this, dude, that's totally peaceful, non-destructive, and will get the results. Because the only way the fossil fuel companies exist is because we participate, man. We constantly are going to the gas station to fuel up. We aren't growing our own fruits and vegetables, man. We're just not doing it right, man. And yet the only one that we need to blame is ourselves. And that's why we're angry. I'm not angry. I've been over this hump a long time ago, man. But I see why people are angry is because, dude, Obama can't solve it, Trump can't solve it, Clinton, Bernie, Putin, none of them can solve it until you realize you are the answer, because you are the problem, dude. And that's a tough pill to swallow, man. I get it, dude. That jammed me up. I think that's contributed a lot to my alcoholism, was